Today, we were given a lot of information about tomorrow's new season, Burden of Truth. Now, this will be the last season of year 6, and it is sounding as if this is the last season before the new DLC. Now, what I'm going to do is I'll give you a quick recap myself, and then I will add in some of the highlights from the devs. I am not going to talk about the new modifiers in this video because that was a big chunk of their live stream, and I've already talked about these modifiers in depth, and you'll see coming tomorrow. Like, as soon as tomorrow comes out, you'll have access to these modifiers, and you'll see how amazing they are yourself. But what we will talk about is all the other juicy details, like the April Fool's event, the Easter event, we'll just get through the intro first. Here, how about that? Got to turn around. Come on, Grandpa. All right, here we go. What's going on, YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video. So sit back, relax, grab that popcorn. Don't forget to hit that like. Subscribe if you haven't already. And let me know what you think in the comment section below. But this is going to be your recap for Burden of Truth. Today was their live stream, and we had the patch notes. So I can go ahead and give you all the information now, and then let you listen to the devs if you want to. So, big ticket items. Starting tomorrow, we have the stash increase. This will go from 300 to 400. This will not affect your inventory, and this will be on hardcore mode as well. So if you go to your stash right now, you can see I am at 292 out of 300. I mean, I'm right at max. And that will go up to 400 starting tomorrow. Now, there are 2 requirements for that. So the first requirement is you have to have Warlords of New York. So right here, you have to have this unlocked. The other thing is you have to have these classified assignments that were included with year 1. Now, I believe this is either the Deluxe or the Ultimate Edition or Gold Edition, whatever it is that unlocks these classified assignments. That is your year 1 pass. And then that would also give you, you know, like Kinley College, all these other things. I mean, you'd have everything just by getting that edition with Warlords of New York. So if you see the classified assignments and this icon, you're good to go. Your stash will immediately go from 300 to 400. You do not have to purchase anything extra. It will just magically appear from 300 to 400 starting tomorrow. So enough about that. Next up, they were talking about more XP bonuses, more XP events. So they were talking about seasonal XP events, expertise XP events, normal XP events. Then they were talking about shepherding rank XP events, which was pretty cool for them to talk about. I've never even thought about them doing some sort of like shepherding rank event. So that sounded pretty cool. And then with the patch notes, we were also shown that the scavenging points are going to have a major impact on your new characters and farming mules and all that. It's going to be so much better than what it is right now. So in the patch notes, let's see if I have a scavenging point. I do not have a scavenging point. Oh no! Let me show you on another character really quick. So they increased all of the things for your scavenging points except for the bottom 2. The bottom 2 are shade calibration and the field tech. But everything else they increased, including printer filament. So let me show you just really quick. All right, so we're on this character, and I go to my scavenging points. Now, starting tomorrow, the 10,000 E credits will be 15,000 E credits. The 50 ceramic will be 100. They're doubling it. The same with the carbon fiber, electronics, and titanium, and they're increasing the printer filament from 10 to 15 per. Now, they are not touching the shade calibration or field recon. That'll still be 1 and 2. But all of these others are going to be increased dramatically, whether it be by 50% or 100%. So your shade points, your scavenging points, are going to be worth even more. That's a big, big W for all of you that make new characters and get your scavenging points that way for your materials and all of that. This is a big change that's going to help out a lot of people with their materials. So I'm really looking forward to that. Now, they also mentioned an Easter event coming up. They also mentioned a April Fool's event coming up. And they mentioned that near the middle to end of March, they're going to have an anniversary live stream event as well with Twitch drops. And we all know that I've been doing Twitch heavily this year, so I will be having those Twitch drops available for you on my Twitch channel. So you'll be able to watch me play Division 2 and get your Twitch drops all at the same time. Pretty cool. Now, as far as the other changes, the gear set backpack got a big change to the bonus armor. That looked pretty cool. The Birdie exotic backpack got a change to where the revives are also going to work with the revive hive, which is pretty cool. Because remember, if you're a healer build and you have all of those revive hives, you could pick people up and get all of those bonuses. It could be pretty helpful. That's a nice change. They also changed the exotic MP7 to hold 50 rounds in the magazine instead of 40, which is a big change for that, so that's going to be nice. Let me think. Anything that we are leaving out? Well, the developers during the Q&A, they made it abundantly clear. They said, do not ask about classified gear. They said, do not ask about survival. They said, do not ask about PvP. Basically, that's it. And not only that, but Yannick during the live stream said, if you're going to ask about survival, get out of here. If you're going to ask about classified gear, get out of here. I mean, he was very direct with there will be no classified gear and no survival, anything like that in the Division 2. Or at least not from their team. Anyways, that was pretty much the whole rundown that I can just spit off of the top of the dome. But that is it for me. I am Kamikazevondoom. Enjoy all of this developer footage I'm about to show you to complete the recap of all of today's information. It is quite a bit, but that's why I'm taking out the modifiers part. That way you don't have too much information to digest today, where tomorrow we can break down the modifiers and learn all about it together. But all right, that's it for me. Take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your day. I am Kamikazevondoom. Peace out and enjoy the developer footage.
Yeah, welcome again. If you had a chance to watch the PTS live stream that we had a few weeks back, you probably can already tell what sort of topics we're going to talk about. But if this is your first Year 6 Season 3 live stream, this is a quick rundown of things that we're going to show and talk about today. So, of course, we'll talk about the new season itself, about the manhunt. We'll show the trailer for the new season. You already had a chance to have a sneak peek at the key art with our favorite girl, Kelso. Aside from the season itself, we'll talk about PTS changes that followed, and some of the changes you will be already able to see them for yourself tomorrow, because release for the current season is planned for tomorrow, for 25th. We'll also talk about new gear, about new modifiers for this season, and share some things that are coming throughout the season. Twitch drops, our plans for the anniversary, some events, and more. Of course, in the end, we will be happy to answer questions from the chat. So our community managers are available to collect those questions, and we will look at the pre-collected list first. And of course, afterwards, we will have time. George will bring us a tablet, so we'll have a chance to look at the chat. Because in this studio where we're sitting right now, we unfortunately do not have a possibility to read through the chat, unlike our PTS studio. So yeah,
there's a lot to talk about, and there's a lot coming. It's gonna be a busy couple months with this season, so exciting.
First busy couple of minutes for us. But
There's that.
let's look at the seasonal trailer first.
They never did anything she didn't truly believe was the right thing to do.
She figured out what was really going on, and she tried to warn us. She tried to give us an ally.
Kelso has seen the light. I hope you will too.
She tried to warn us. But we didn't get the message.
So the cat is out of the box.
Woohoo!
Should I say Kelso is out of the
Cat is
van?
out of the Kelso is out of the van. Finally. Yes, it's about Kelso. We are finally gonna, hopefully, get a few answers. As you know, this year we've been trying to collect all the people that were in that van at the end of year 5, season 3. We got Keener, we got Theo. Where the hell is Kelso, and what has she been up to? That's what this season is about.
Yeah, we decided specifically for this stream to not talk about it in detail, to kind of, you know, shroud everything in mystery, because this is what this entire season is about, right? What is the truth? What are we looking for? So this is for you guys to unravel, and for us as well. I mean, I'm sad that I already spoiled it to myself, but
Don't have a choice.
yeah, unfortunately. But let's not dwell on that. We're gonna have a few months ahead of us to get into all the story details and see for ourselves what Kelso's been up to and where she is at right now. And let's talk about another big... okay, but there were also some changes to the season itself. And yeah, I was told that we're not showing the notes because apparently people are trying to zoom in too much. But pretty much anything that, whatever we have here, it's either something that you guys are going to see in the patch notes later. And it's just for us to not to forget all the values and all the changes that followed after the PTS. But talking about Seasons 2.0 improvements, and since we started with the Seasons 2.0, I think let's talk about the modifiers and changes that followed.
Yeah, so I think it's super cool now because we, you know, last season, season 2 was the first time we finally released Seasons 2.0. We had been talking about it for some time. We've tested it on the PTS, and you know, we've been working on it for a while. But it's, you know, finally the ultimate test is actually to put it on the game and get feedback in the proper live environment, and that's what we got. So now we have 1 season's worth of feedback and learnings from that new model, and I remember saying back then, you know, this is the first iteration, so it's a new foundation, and then things are going to evolve. So we're starting to enter in that phase now, where we have our first new set of modifiers, which is okay. Let's see how far we can push things in you know, each direction with this kind of gameplay propositions, and then let's also see what kind of improvements we can make to the systems themselves. So with this season now, and you know, based on kind of some feedback we've seen, is what we wanted to do with the modifiers is to actually make it the path to progression, make that a bit clearer, because we had modifiers that were kind of like spread in different directions on how do you unlock them. So one change we decided to do in this with this season is to actually refocus the acquisition of the modifiers with the season journey, or reconnect it to the season journey. So now you're going to unlock your active and your passive modifiers as you progress on the season journey, and no longer what we had now in the previous season, which was active on the season journey and passives on the priority objectives. So now priority objectives are all about seasonal XP gain and extra rewards, but the modifiers are all about the season journey. So you will see in the season journey, you will see more objectives that are based on the use of the modifier, because we really want this now to be about, turn on the modifier, complete the objectives of the season journey, unlock more modifiers, play with them, keep progressing the season journey, and unlock more of them. And of course, now also with this season, we're bringing one of the most requested thing we've seen in terms of the modifier, and why would I actually play with the modifier on? So now you will actually get a boost or a bonus, an XP bonus for playing with the modifier. So that's something also that I know a lot of players were asking for, because we went into the previous season with the idea of it's your choice. You decide if you want to or not. But then some people felt like they were not being rewarded for actually choosing to play with the modifier. So we've decided to adjust that. It's still your choice, but if you play with modifiers, you're going to get more season XP.
Yeah, and also thanks to our community team for helping me arrange the notes. The bonus, the season pass XP that you're gonna get by playing with the seasonal modifiers is also gonna stack with the progression boost that is granted to all season pass holders. So that's a significant change compared to the previous season. And talking about priority objectives, also a few changes coming to them as well. First of all, the reroll bar that's gonna help replenish the rerolls for free every 24 hours. And also some of the objectives that followed by your feedback that a lot of you guys said it was hard to get by or really hard to track were removed from the list of the priority objectives. For example, Warhound Convoy, Elite Resource Convoy, and Territory Control. So that is no longer going to be a hindrance.
And there's a bunch of small improvements like that. We also improved the triggering of the active modifiers. I go back to modifiers, but because that was one of the things that we saw a lot with the previous season as well. But you actually had to aim down sight and aim at a target to be able to trigger the modifiers, the actives. So now that's not the case anymore. Now you can do that without having to aim. So that's a big improvement as well. And we're trying to make it a bit clearer overall with the active modifiers, the cooldown, how long have they been running, and the effects they have, and all this kind of thing. So as I said, these are iterations. This is the only our second season under this new model, so we're going to keep improving. So please keep the feedback coming, so we can keep moving forward with this. But I'm super happy to see the model evolve and just thinking where it could go is a lot of fun.
The baseline is that the usage of modifiers should be much more streamlined now. You will get access to them very early on during your seasonal journey, and also extra XP. That is fun. It's just pure fun.
Yes. Talking of XP, I think one change we can mention as well is the fact that we have redistributed the season XP, and the season XP is what allows you to progress your season pass rewards. And so now we brought back season XP on most activities in the game. So now you are able to play whatever you want and still get XP for that. So as opposed to what we had in this season, where you had to play the activities we were pointing you towards, the journey or the priority objectives. Now you also get XP by just completing missions or open world activities or all of that. So it's really back to closer to the way it used to be, where the world is your oyster. You do what you want.
Yeah, countdown, conflict, main missions, dark zone. Yeah, everything's going to count toward the seasonal pass XP.
What else do we have in here?
Oh, we apparently also had the changes to the seasonal journey.
Yes.
But it should be pretty obvious from this video as well, the changes coming with it.
Yeah, we also have more granular rewards. You'll see that we have XP progression connected to every objective now, so it's the same. Like just doing objectives will contribute to your season progression. One change you'll notice here is that you'll see we have both Chapter 1 and Chapter 3 unlocked. So what we're going to do is if you're level 40, you can start at Chapter 3 directly. You don't have to do Chapter 1 and 2. Chapter 1 and 2 are filled with objectives that are a bit more catered towards new characters or new players. So these are a bit more like the more simple things we had, like buy an item from the vendor or deconstruct an item or these kind of things. We don't want to force you to have to go through that again because it's not super interesting when you're level 40. You've done that a few times. So when you're level 40 now, you can directly fast track to Chapter 3 and start from Chapter 3 because this is where the modifier gameplay really comes into play. So don't be surprised if you see both 1 and 3. You can start at 3. 1 and 2 are optional. You can do them, of course, for more XP, but you don't have to.
And since we started talking about modifiers and seasonal journey, and I promised that we were also going to mention the changes following the PTS.
Yes.
And we have a pretty hefty list of those changes. So let's start with momentum itself, the global modifier. You want to?
Well, just one high level intention, but based on the feedback we got on the momentum itself, on the rogue momentum, was the fact that, it was a lot of fun, but it was almost too generous in especially the acquisition part. We've just talked about in the introduction here, we said, okay, you have to gain momentum and you can also lose momentum based on the NPCs and what you do. And so we've made a few changes to try to make that a bit more tactical. So you really need to now identify the targets, really try to play with the blacklisted targets, which are the ones that give you more momentum, but they can actually take away your momentum if they shoot you. So basically what this means is that we've reduced the overall gain that you get by just killing NPCs. You still get some, but you're going to get less. And therefore you really need to identify the blacklisted targets and try to do more of those explosive kills and the ones that give you really a big boost of momentum. This is what you need to do to really gain that momentum. But therefore, in return, what we're going to do is that there is now a timer or a delay before you start losing momentum. So once if you don't necessarily gain new momentum, you're not going to start going down immediately. There's going to be a timer of, I'm looking at my notes because I don't remember, 3 seconds before the decay starts. So once again, it's just a bit more work to actually gain the momentum, but therefore you keep it longer. It's kind of the general idea here. So overall, still the same. We haven't changed the values. So it's still the same as those of you who played on the PTS experienced. But that being said, therefore, it's just, that small tactical approach. But once you got it, you get to enjoy it a bit longer.
Yeah, and before we continue, I would actually have to ask George to come here in the studio and help us turn on the screen because it's just...
We've lost.
Yes. Thank you so much for capturing all the essentials out of the big entire list. But as usual, the breakdown is going to be available in the patch notes.
There's more.
There is more, yeah.
There's more.
We're not showing, but it's flips out for more additional information.
Yes.
Yannick just has the talent for summarizing everything and wording it properly so everyone, even me, can understand. But that's not it. Aside from the PTS changes and new modifiers and new seasonal story, there are other exciting things that are coming to all of us this season, and some of you had a chance to experience that during the PTS, and I myself was very happy about this change. And I'm talking about the stash space increase.
Oh yeah.
Yay! I honestly thought about the live stream that it would be so nice to come in the t-shirt that just says stash space increase.
One of us could have like stash space increase and the other one would be like still more stash space. But yes, there will be more stash space for hopefully most of you. So what we're doing with this season is that we've added a total of 100 extra slots to the stash, but there's a but. It's basically 50 extra stash space if you own Warlords of New York, and 50 if you own the year one pass that was released when the game launched and is still available. So it's connected to those ownerships. If you own both of them, as probably a vast majority of you do, you gain 100 extra space.
Yeah, and also additional space will be available for hardcore characters as well.
Yeah, that also gets reflected on hardcore, so it's more stash space for your hardcore characters as well.
And just to clarify, because there were questions after the announcement during the PTS stream, you don't need to buy it additionally. So if you already own Warlords of New York or Year One Pass, that's going to be granted to you automatically.
Yeah, it's not an extra purchase. If you own those packs, you get it.
And now we can move on to seasonal gear, because there's also a few cards and a list of things for us to cover. And I want us to start with the Oxpecker. This is a new exotic SMG with a very peculiar design. Why you're laughing? I didn't mean it as a bad thing.
It's the way you say it. I'm like, okay, Daria's not convinced.
No, I love it. I love how it looks.
It's a lot of fun to play with, and this is a shield build SMG. It's really embracing that fantasy. So it's one that basically depletes your shield, but you can heal your shield by damaging NPCs. So it's really it's really for those tanky in-your-face shield builds, and I'm trying to see what changes did we make to it. We've one change we've made to it. We didn't really change much to that. Honestly, you'll see from PTS we haven't really made drastic changes on any of the gear. No nerfs. But one change we've made is one mod that was plus 15% headshot damage has now become plus 10 rounds. So the idea is bigger max size, less reloads, which was one of the feedback we got on PTS, that people tended to die maybe too often because they had to reload and therefore they couldn't regenerate their shield. So now you have bigger max size and hopefully have a less need to reload your weapon.
I'm mesmerized.
Yeah. Some just one note, because I think it's important to say, but I don't know if that's the case here. I don't remember, but some of the gameplay footage we have here is from
the PTS, so
it's
might
dated, so it might not reflect the right values.
Yeah, but it's basically just to demonstrate how it works together with the shield.
Yeah. Look at that shield going out. Nice.
Moving on to Exodus gloves.
Yep.
Very interesting gloves that gonna have different talent based on PvE or PvP and the usage of it. But in both cases, you will be able to drop a smoke bomb at your feet, either to conceal yourself from the enemies for 3 seconds. Yes, 3 seconds. I actually don't know if that was changed, but let me find this card. No, that was not changed. That was the other thing. And in PvP, same thing, but you will receive 100% pulse resistance and hide your nameplate for 2 seconds.
Yeah. And here are a couple changes from PTS. We think it's fun. It's really fun to have this like smoke bomb drop, and I think it's going to create some really interesting opportunities. Having 3 seconds of immunity is it's actually really, really cool, and it can make a huge difference. Some feedback we got was on the core being blue, and some people questioned that. So the mindset we've taken in adjusting this one is we've made it more DPS friendly, basically. So the core from blue is now red, and also the attributes used to be crit chance and hazard protection, and now it's crit chance and crit damage. So you can do more damage from those smoke bombs, from being hidden in those smoke bombs.
Yeah, and also we have a new gear set called Refactor, And there were a few changes as well. It will now provide bonus armor, the backpack talent, up to 80% to your total armor. So it was actually increased twice because initially during the PTS it was at 40%.
Yes.
Also, chest piece, 50% repairs to yourself, and 20% repairs to allies. Can you spot anything else? PvP.
No, I'm trying to look at the notes, but yeah. Again, no major changes, just some tweaks here and there. So it looks gorgeous.
I also love that this guy reminds me of some villain from Batman universe.
Okay.
No? There was this guy with the mask and he was bald.
Not a Batman guy.
But aside from the gear set, we also have the Shiny Monkey brand set. I don't think that there were any changes that actually followed after the PTS. I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, everything's going to be listed in the patch notes. Yeah, here it is. But this one has the yellow core, from what I remember.
Yeah, it's yellow.
It does.
Yeah, this is to go with skills and skill builds, right? I mean, there is a even though the global modifier is about damage and aggressive gameplay, there is actually a bit of a focus on skill builds with this update. So we wanted another yellow brand set to go with those.
So also ties in nicely to the modifier of the season.
Yeah.
No need to screenshot anything because chances are tomorrow the values are going to be different. And once again, a reminder that all this footage was made during or after the PTS, so it might not reflect the values that you're going to see tomorrow after the release.
Yes, it's all going to be there tomorrow anyway. So, and if you're a content creator, you know all of that already, except the changes maybe, but otherwise you know what are the new things coming with this season.
But also about the changes, the patch notes are going to be released right after the stream. So you will have this information maybe like in 40 minutes, 1 hour max. So not a long wait.
Yes.
But we're moving on because there are some other things that are going to happen throughout the season that we want to talk about. Oh, and yes, see, Dory reminded us about one of the most important exotics that we absolutely forgot to mention. That is actually my bad because I already removed these cards. So yeah, Birdie's quick fix. And if we can have the footage, you can see that it has this really nice animation. Also reminds me of one robot from Star Wars. But this
just want to give it a name. That's it.
Yes, but I don't know if maybe we are under copyright. I don't know. Maybe we cannot mention that. But
you can name your backpack the way you want. It's your fantasy.
Yeah, but doesn't matter. So this is the third exotic of the season that will be available through the Climax mission.
Yes.
And the requirement is that it's 100% chance guaranteed drop if you beat the master difficulty, but you can also get it from beating any other difficulty. It's just the percentage is much lower. And if I remember correctly, this is actually something that we're going to list in the patch notes where people can see what the percentage looks like based on different difficulties. So if for some reason you cannot beat master, and I myself for sure would struggle with that, I know, there is still hope.
Yeah, And there's a few tweaks we've made. So this one is really about revives, and it's all for team play to when you help revive another player, which is situational, but it can be really useful in some of the tough content we have. A couple mentions of things that have changed. The revive speed is actually plus 100% now. And I think one bigger change we've made, that was from PTS feedback, is it also works with the Hive now. So a Hive revive will also be boosted by it.
Once again, making the notes and forgetting to mention important things. So I want to say let's move to events now, but I'm waiting for the queue. No, season pass. Oh, surprise. I'm so bad with arranging my notes. I mean, let's talk about season pass. There is a lot of exciting things there as well, and George actually prepared a nice clip for us to look at some of the things that you will be able to get through the season pass. Yeah, so these things are going to be available on the premium track, together with 9 gear dice, 9 weapon skins, 2 outfits, and 2 prestige arm patches. And you actually saw the 3 outfits on the video right now. It's because one of the outfits and one of the weapon skins are going to be available for free. So you do not necessarily need a premium pass to enjoy nice cosmetics. And once again, following the previous season's improvement, 600 premium credits also going to be available for all season pass owners.
There's a really cool detail for people who pay attention here. Right there.
Goggles.
So that's a small nerdy detail, but that's a change that you see with those outfits. If you look at those face masks that have those night goggles, the goggles actually go down when it's nighttime, and they go up when it's daytime.
Yeah, and also you can get inside of the building where it's dark, and it would activate as well.
So all kudos to the art team on achieving that feat.
There are a lot of really nice weapon skins available this time around as well.
And new colors. Oh, that green was nice.
I mean, of course, not everything is here in the video. It's just an example of what's coming.
Yep.
And this guy again, bald with the mask. Like, I need to remember the name of it.
This Bane you're talking about?
Yes, thank you.
Okay,
I've
seen the movies at least, but as far as my Batman lore goes.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much what I know about this universe. But he does look like this guy, right? He has this like aura about
A
him.
bald dude with a mask, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe whoever was working on this asset had him as a reference in mind.
I don't know.
Events, finally! Yay! Thank you. So, events. I don't know how much spoilers I can give out. Probably 0. But this time around, we want to have for the first time ever April's full day event. And I would not really go into detail and describe how it's going to work, but just be warned, be prepared that something like that is coming very soon. And aside from April's full, we also going to have an array of different micro and global events. And as you can see, there are a few new things on the list here. For example, Shepherd XP event. And this is where you're gonna get XP boost by responding to distress calls from other agents.
Yeah, we have a bunch of new ones. So we've been experimenting with this kind of events, as you know. We've had a XP boost event. We did the first expertise or proficiency event at the end of last season. We did a season pass XP event. So now we've been working on implementing new ones, new types of events as well. just to really try to give life to the game and really bring this idea of like when you log into the game, you can look and see what's happening, what's fresh, what should I be doing. So as Daria said, we have a Shepherd XP event. I think we have Dark Zone XP event. There's a few new type of events that we're bringing, and we will do more of those. And really, it's just really to get that sense of every week there's something different. We also have the global events in that mix. We have more bespoke ones with like Easter and all that. So it's really just it's just a bit more fun. All those moments of fun when you log back into the game and you're like, oh, there's a cool thing happening.
Yep, and also to mention, aside from Dark Zone and Shepherd, there is also one going to be for Clan XP as well. I don't know if that's that's on the list here.
Listed here.
And yeah, Easter one. It's most likely going to be the project chain, where you would be able to get the named weapon and a skin. I do not really have all the details right now, but it's definitely a lot of seasonal things are planned for the upcoming few months.
Yes. I promise we're not just doing events, we're working on other things too. But events are cool.
Okay, it was such an unexpected plug-in. I mean,
I don't know. It's just I can imagine people being like, oh, they just talk about events. Yeah, events are cool.
I mean, especially the Easter one in April's full. I'm excited. Can we get the bunny ears on the agents?
Why are you looking at me?
I don't know. Who's approving
Is
that?
that an official request?
But I also mentioned that this time around we're going to have Twitch drops, and it's actually going to happen quite soon. Not tomorrow, a little bit later, because we wanted the Twitch drops to start in March to celebrate, first of all, the expansion anniversary, and then, of course, the main game anniversary.
Yes.
So this is what you're going to have, starting on March 3rd and ending on March 17th. You're going to have 2 weeks with different options to earn every week, depending on how long you're going to be watching the live streams. And of course, feel free to follow our content creators, because there are a lot of passionate individuals who are putting a lot of time and effort into delivering content to you. And I'm sure that a lot of them are going to be reviewing this very stream. Once we're done, maybe they're already doing it. And of course, after the release itself, there are going to be a lot of things to watch and discuss with your favorite streamers. So just pay attention, and these are the nice things that you will be able to earn. And actually, talking about the anniversary, because it's March. And every year we get so surprised that it's another anniversary. Yay, this time around we're going to be celebrating the 6th anniversary. Can you imagine? Can you believe? It's really amazing.
You know what we're also celebrating in a week from now? My 10 years anniversary at Massive.
So it should be an extra round.
Where's the event for that?
Everyone gets the beard. You would be the one against that. So this is why we're not doing it. But maybe we'll buy you a cake.
Thank you.
A super tiny one. This is what we do.
Let's talk about the game anniversary, the one people care about.
So yeah, we agreed that we're buying a small cake for Yannick, but unfortunately we cannot buy a cake for all of you. I mean, I'd love to, honestly, but it's just impossible because you guys live all over the world. So we found...
It would be a lot of cosmetics for us to be able to pay for that.
Yes, but we prepared a nice present anyway. We managed to find no, it's actually, I would love for Dory to show it to us. Ta-da! Shade backpack. So what's peculiar about this specific backpack is that you're going to be able to showcase your shade level on this small monitor that you have on the backpack.
Yes. Yes, that screen updates dynamically and is going to show your shade level. So that's a pretty cool new piece of tech that we're also playing around with.
And that's the item that's going to be granted to everyone for free. So be on the lookout. There is a specific date, of course, we have in mind, but I would not reveal it just yet. So it's going to be a nice surprise. But sometime in the middle of March, it's good to log into the game and be aware. Of course, more information
will
is
tell you.
coming soon. Yeah, of course, we'll tell you. Yeah.